Here's Janet.
Oh, jeez. Hello. I try to welcome new book releases every month if I'm doing this. I'm a literary magazine editor from Scars Publications. I do cc&d magazine and Down the Dirt magazine, so I was going to share with you things from cc&d magazine. The new issue that just came out is a perfect bound ISBN Amazon sale book is The Statue. And I really like this photo from when I was in India and went around. I got to even get the back home. Anyway, I'm sorry. I just love those covers. So I thought I would read something from that and then move on to other issues as well, just to see what different things were. This one Tom might know from a performance art piece. This is viewing a woman in a 19th century photograph. I see the woman in the picture. I see their depictions of beauty, of something that couldn't work, that can't work. I see the sepia toning, but I also see the dependency, and I see the degradation. My mind's been cluttered. I can't see the woman. I see the adornments of beauty, the preposterous, impractical way she's been made to be seen and not heard. She was forced with this image, and it must be a shame, because now I've been tainted with the knowledge of society, with the knowledge of its motives, and now I can't even see the beauty. I can only see the oppression. Oh, it's not like that anymore, they say, as I wipe the makeup off my eyelids and wonder who I'm trying to impress. There's a bunch of people that are in these issues, so I'm only just pulling little things up for these. This is the next one on the stack, and I have to have a Chicago reference. Recently, they put this Millennium bean on there that looks like a kidney bean that's made out of a mirror, and somebody was dressed like Uncle Sam saying, "Can you please spare $14 billion for our national debt instead of the usual money that we would see for a homeless person?" So this is something from it, and I just pulled something that's called "I'm Really Going This Time." I pack my bags, say I'm really going this time. You throw my bags, scream at me to leave, before you get more violent, and you mean it this time. I'm sitting in my car, outside the hotel, see you at the window, holding the drapes back. Why do I have to think that this means you care? Why do I come back asking you if you realize what you've done to me, if you realize what you're about to lose? I bet you think you can just call me once and everything will be forgotten. Other times, yes, I've forgiven you. I've come back, but I can't take being thrown to the ground, strangled. When I realize what I lost that night, I'm scared. But I have to remember that you lost more. You lost me. I'm really going this time, and you won't see me again. Carry this with you, always. This pain, like the pain you've given me. You won't see me. Carry this. Chicago. But I've heard that there's a chance that I might be visiting Chicago in August, and if I do, I might have some actually my own book releases to share with you. I pulled something from cc&d magazine. Their anniversary issues are in June, so for the longest time I would have things like Cancer for the Crab and have references like, things that relate to June to be like for an anniversary issue. So this is apparently the 17-year, the 19-year anniversary issue. And I've got a short one in here called Human Construct of Time. It's just like me.
Oh, you are. That's 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's also my birthday, and I'm a Cancer. Uh-oh. That means you're in trouble. This is called Human Construct of Time. Is this the best of times? Is this the worst of times? Or is this just one of those times? Only humans understand time. Where did all the time go, we ask? Time slips away as we search for ways to avoid looking old, to avoid death. If I ever saw God, I'd have to ask, how old are you? How much longer do you just sit there, observe? But time is a human construct. I have to remind myself as I sit and think at times like these. This one, they're not always crabs. This one has Gemini and Cancer on it for brown for, what is this one? I don't know what year, 20th maybe, I'm not sure. I don't know which one this is. But it's got Cancer on one side, Cancer on the back cover, and Gemini on the front, since they both are in June. Anyway. This one is called White Knuckled. The hot air was sticking to her skin, almost pulling, tugging at her very flesh as she walked outside, down the stairs from the train station. Just then a breeze, hot and sticky, hit her in just the wrong way, brushed against her lower neck, and she felt his breath again. Not his breath when he raped her, just his stench, hot, rank, when he was just close to her. Her breath quickened like the catch of her breath when she has just stopped crying. All of the emotion is there, not going away. She walks to the bottom of the stairs, railing, white-knuckled by her small, tender hands, the hands of a child. And that 90-degree breeze suddenly gives her a chill. They say when you get a chill, it means a goose walked over your grave. She knows better. She knows that it is him walking, and that he trapped that child in that grave. And sometimes this one's not an anniversary issue, but I love pulling up my NASA images. If I can get Hubble images for putting gorgeous astronomy stuff on it. And a lot of the titles that you might see on these are reflective of something that was accepted in the issue, suggested torture. It looks like a big monster man coming down or something. It's something from Hubble. But I'll get something funnier from there, and this one is called Entire Town's Baseball Team. I never really played baseball when I grew up. Didn't watch it on TV when I was little. But when my dad was young, while his aunt had 15 kids, he and his cousins were the entire town's baseball team. Now Dad is older, and he sits in his chair and watches the Cubs or the White Sox on TV. And even though I never saw him play, thinking of him and his cousins being the entire town's baseball team even gives me fond memories. I should say, yay, the Cubs. But I didn't watch. I'm not in Chicago anymore. This, I'm picking a piece. I've got two short ones from V54 of cc&d. It's called Idea. I think this was something I was walking along in India, and I saw this thing, and it said a C, and it said Idea, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a magazine cover. So I worked with it. These are two, I'm going to give you three short ones because they're all right on this page. This is a two haiku poem, I guess, called J.Y. Asks. Philosophers ask, if all we are chemicals, then why do we cry? He thinks after a loved one dies, and he's filled with questions and angst. And I'll do something emotional, I'll do something humorous, I guess. This one's called Jabbed Into an Open Nerve. I am afraid of what I might say, because it might sound like how I feel. Like someone has jabbed a metal pin against an open nerve in an exposed cavity in my rat-like teeth. What does it feel like to read a soul like mine? I don't know. But let me brace you. Rehashing this, revealing this, it just might hurt. I'm going to give you something lighter. This one is called Observing Theories About the Universe. Is the universe expanding? Scientists now say yes, but sometimes scientists say that something doesn't exist until we observe it. So, with the ever-increasingly powerful telescopes, we see further to the edges of the universe. So, is it only expanding because we gain the technology to see farther and farther? Are objects moving farther and farther apart? Or are we just seeing, and therefore creating, a larger and larger universe? That's my story. Okay, I'll give you one more. I will do this one because this was a photo that John Yatko took. He happened to be flying over, and they happened to circle right around downtown Chicago, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a gorgeous image. I have to have that. And this was something that was performed for us in Northern Fire. This is called Entering the Lake of Fire. I've been taken away. It's against my will, but I'm told it's for the best, and I always do what I'm told. I look out the window, see a smattering of lights, wonder where this tube is taking me. On first glance, it looks like every other place. Every place except my home. I've had to gently place all of my dreams, my creations, into this pristine box as tall as the tallest skyscraper, and then bury it deep in my chest, where all I love becomes a memory. I don't know what my destination will look like in the dead of night when I arrive. Everyone tells me I'll love it there, but an acclimated prisoner is still a prisoner. I look in the mirror, I try to gain my bearings, and my hair is starting to curl from the heat, and it makes me wonder if I'm Medusa with snakes coming out of her head. And here I am, trying to straighten my hair so people might not be so afraid of me, so I might not turn everyone who turns my way into stone. But Medusa here has dreams. Creativity is crushed when I hide my heart, buried in that box of gems, never to sparkle again with the lack of light or the right light. I know carrying past traumas has always been a secret skill, but Pandora here has given me a ball and chain that drags at my ankle and stutters my step. For now I've closed the box as tall as the sky, and my only choice is to enter Pandora's box, where all the evils of the world will follow me wherever I go. Thank you.